Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. This is a rather unusual story. The royal family is one of the most closely guarded families in the world for obvious reasons. You don't get close to these people unless you are completely known to them, or at the very least you have had a very deep background check. We're not talking about them going on a walkabout and shaking hands in the street. We're talking about things that will involve them as part of, say, their professional work, their charity works, their meeting or bestowing honours. Everyone gets closely, checked because they don't want any embarrassment coming to the family. The whole of the establishment, works hard. There's whole departments that are set there to ensure that nothing ever can get close to damage the reputation of the royal family. And so it is incredibly weird that one of the Princess of Wales's charities is being headed by a man who was convicted of ending the life of another person. This man is, he's a lot older now. It was something that happened a long time ago when he was a young man. But he was still convicted of this. He did time. He ended the life of another human being. And now he is heading a charity of which the Princess of Wales is involved. It is stunning, and you wonder how this could happen. This is a really big breach, I think, of the sort of protocol set up to enable. This thing should never have happened. This should never have been the case. Anyway, we'll have a look at this, see what's going on, see who this man is. So, Princess of Wales was unaware that the Glasgow-born boss of her charity was convicted of ending the life of another human being. He ended this life on a train when he was a young man, when he was 16. But colleagues knew of his past when he was made the £154,000 a year Chief of Action for Children in March. But patron Kate and Prince William were not aware of his crimes when they met him at St John's Primary School in Port Glasgow a year ago. Glasgow-born Carberry, 60, was photographed smiling with the couple, the then Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, and they then joined others in a discussion about teaching children emotions. Carberry was only 16 when he carried out his attack, but it did not prevent him becoming the boss of AFC, which aims to protect and support children and young people. Nor has it prevented him securing a role on the Serious and Organised Crime Task Force in Scotland, with a brief to curb youth gangs. Are they having a laugh? A man who's done this, a man with such a conviction, is now being tasked and works with the police on the Serious Organised Crime Task Force. It's a joke, isn't it? Talk about lunatics running the asylum. Yesterday, when confronted about his past, he said, "That's something I've regretted every day of my life. A family did not have their loved one because of me." Well, this is true. But how? I'm not saying. I know he was a young man, and I'm not saying that he, should be punished forever, kind of thing. If you've been there, you've done your punishment, you've come out, and you're making a life for yourself. But I think it is a massive fault, a massive problem with the whole system of protecting the royal family from such events. This should never have been allowed. People should have sort of said, hang on a minute, before you start going up there and chumming up with this and sort of taking it on, you do realise this guy is this. It's a massive breach of protocol, I'm sure. Anyway, Dad of three Carberry ended the life of John Murray, 21, on a train carrying Scottish football fans to London for a match against England in 1979. Court reports said Carberry, who'd been drinking beer and vodka, was on the Govan team gang. The train was halted at Warrington in Cheshire. Carberry was arrested, and in December 79, he was then aged 17, and he was found guilty of the M of this man at Chester Crown Court. In defence, he claimed he had confiscated another man's blade and remembered nothing of the attack after being headbutted by Murray. Carberry served time at a youth jail and in an adult prison before being freed in 1985. So he did 6 years. He ended the life of a human being who got 6 years for it. That's not long enough, is it? He got a job as a social worker and rose high in the profession. Unbelievable, isn't it? He joined AFC and was its Scottish boss when he met Kate and William at St John's Primary in Inverclyde last May. AFC said the palace was informed about Carberry's conviction when he became the CEO this year. So he was, so he's made up there. This was part of that. he worked for them. It was only when he became, and after he became the CEO, that they told the palace. Unbelievable, isn't it? A spokesman for AFC said the trustees who appointed Paul Carberry as CEO did so in the full knowledge of his past, which is a matter of public record. He joined AFC as a project manager in 1994. The organisation had full knowledge. You know, and I'm not saying that the guy hasn't turned his life around. I'm not saying he's not good at his job. That isn't the point of this video. I'm not saying that the guy doesn't deserve to do some good if he can, having done some harm in the past. What I'm thinking, though, isn't it amazing how this wasn't known before he, by the palace, before he became the CEO, and they send, William and Kate up there to meet. It's who's making these decisions? Because, okay, in this case, not so bad, but you don't know who the next guy is. And if they're meeting with this guy now, what if it came out afterwards that this guy was one of the worst people, did some really, really terrible things? And there's a picture of him smiling, and there's Kate, oh, love, and he's my new friend. That would be horrifically embarrassing for the royal family, horrifically embarrassing for the establishment. Somebody needs to find out what is going on and why people like this were sort of pushed so far forward into this. It's worrying in the fact that this is a big security issue and that nobody is addressing it. But, it is what it is, and people will make their own mind up. I mean, like I say, if he was a young man and he did it and it was stupidity, that's fine. I mean, it's not good, but he's done his time. But the palace, I think, somebody's dropped the ball. Somebody's massively dropped the ball. And I think somebody may have to pay for that. But anyway, enough of that. I shall round up and come up. So there's not really a lot more you can add to it. I just think it's something needs to be sort of looked into to see why it was allowed to happen like that. But it's sad that it's happened. But what can you do now? It's all too late. Anyway, I should finish there. Like I said, really a quick thing. Just wanted to sort of push it out there that somebody's dropped the ball at the palace. Anyway, yes, if you like what you see and hear on the channel, please do hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, leave a like, leave a comment, please share the video. Especially leave a like, that's what gets us up in the algorithm. And until next time, stay safe, stay well, be very careful who you invite, and goodbye.